Turns out Darian DeVries, the new head coach at Indiana, is more of a coward than we ever could have expected. And someone that certainly, again, I'm going to double down, does not deserve to be the head coach at West Virginia and probably never did. This is from the voice of Morgantown, who tweets, DeVries said today, this being yesterday, that Indiana remained respectful during the process, allowing him to remain focused on his team at West Virginia. This implies that he was in fact in communication with Indiana while the season was still in progress. West Virginia lost its final game of the year against the worst team in the Big 12, Colorado. In the Big 12 tournament, you have to wonder if he was fully committed and present as the head coach at that time. It's a very valid question, isn't it? When you come to find out in the guy's press conference, in his press conference, that there's a very good likelihood that a month and a half ago, while he was the head coach at West Virginia, someone had reached out from Indiana. Can you tell me how that is not tampering? Can you tell me how there shouldn't be an investigation into what Indiana did going to Darian DeVries? And can you tell me even more so how that guy whose son was held out of the year, who got a pretty good little NIL check, who took money from his teammates, who was hurt, but is seen on the sideline jumping up and down with his shoulder that just had surgery on it. Can you tell me how that guy, that sleuth, the snake in the grass, got to just hang around and then openly admit in his press conference that, well, at least Indiana was respectful. At least they were nice when they called me a couple months ago, and I've known for a long time that I would be the head coach at Indiana, and if my team lost in the Big 12 tournament, that only meant, I said this on a show last week. That Darian DeVries, and there were burner accounts tweeting this out weeks ago, that Darian DeVries losing in the Big 12 tournament could expedite the process, could speed up the process of him going to Iowa or Indiana. Little did I know that's exactly what was happening. Him losing that game. Do you understand? How do you think he reacted? Listen to this. When he found out West Virginia didn't make it in March Madness, I can imagine. I want you to picture this with me if you're a West Virginia fan. Or if you're a fan of any Big 12 team, I think we should all reason with West Virginia fans and feel for them in this. Picture that room, Selection Sunday. Are we going to March? Javon Small, head down, hoping, wishing, wanting his team to get into March Madness. Tucker DeVries and Darian DeVries, two of the biggest names in West Virginia basketball this season. Their heads not down. They're watching this going, if we don't make it, I get to go to Indiana faster. I know his son knew. Of course his son knew. You tell your kid. I don't fault him for telling his kid. But this guy on the roster, taking NIL money, knew the head coach was leaving. The head coach sitting in that room, consoling his players that didn't make it to the big dance. He knew, us not making it only means that I get my new paycheck faster. I can put my home on the market. I get to leave. I don't have to be in Morgantown anymore. I don't have to be a part of West Virginia. I'm gone. I'm taking the money and I'm running. That's what's going through his head as Javon Small is crying that West Virginia is missing March Madness. I don't understand how these people, he admitted to knowing this at length. He admitted to understanding what was going to happen and knowing during Selection Sunday where he was headed. His team didn't. They wanted to keep their season alive. He had a vested interest elsewhere. And there's not, it's stunning to me that Indiana fans, there's not a way to put into words how stupid this is. Every way you look at it. In the DeVries camp, in the Indiana camp, they're fans who are so ticked off they would hire him. They hate this hire. And not because he's a snake in the grass, not because he hid things from West Virginia, not because he didn't do things the right way, not because this was all shady, and because he's known for a while and Indiana did. He admitted in his press conference, not because now big rumors are coming out about his son, his real injury status, not the fact he left a program in the dark, turned his back on an entire state of West Virginia, asked for more money, and then leaves. And the fans, they're not upset with that. They're upset because we don't think he's a good basketball coach. Fran Fraschilla tweeted, I did not get to know Darian DeVries well, a good under-the-radar personality, terrific coach. West Virginia brought in a haul in the buyout. That's huge, man. This is like, I just don't want to waste my breath on this guy again. You got the check. You got the money in the buyout. Fraschilla says it's a top 25 job year in and year out, and it is. You know why? Because that guy, you know how proud I would be to be the head coach of West Virginia. I have no ties. I've been to West Virginia like twice. But how proud I would be to be the head coach of a program where the state feeds off of you. Again, growing up in Arkansas, that's how it was for us. Everyone wanted to. We rooted for Arkansas State. You root for Marshall. We rooted for UAPB or UCA. But you wanted to be a Razorback one day. You want to be a Mountaineer one day. You wanted to coach the Razorbacks to help bring your state to glory because it was a proud damn state, as they called it. That's what West Virginia is. How special would it be to have the distinct honor to become that person for a full state of people, for a state to be proud of you? But then to look the coal miner in the face, to look that person who works 9 to 5, 9 to 6 every day to put food on the table, to look that person, I've talked to people from West Virginia who have gone through insane hardships that are often bred by a poverty loop in the state, who have made it out. They still live in West Virginia for the sake they want to make the state better. They want to make the people better. Imagine representing those in that community and then saying, there's more money over here. I'm done. I don't want to give back. That's the most damning part of this entire thing to me, is that he sat there on Selection Sunday and knew what he was going to do. And everyone else in that room, except for him and his son, got to sulk, got to wish their season was extended. But this guy knew that all that meant for him, the faster he got to leave. Genuinely. You can say, he didn't want to, he didn't want to make the prize. He wanted to go to March Madness. Maybe. But when that was announced and Javon Small heard that West Virginia is not going, that the last one's left out, the athletic director, the governor, they're all fighting. Darian DeVries is going, well, that stinks, I guess. I'm gone. If you're defending that, let's make it more money, better opportunity. He gets to coach Indiana, this blue blood program. If you're defending that, West Virginia has made more Sweet 16s in the last 2 decades. West Virginia has been a better program in the last 2 decades. West Virginia would sell out to make that program great. Indiana, they'll just recycle you, throw you away like underwear, one after the other after the other. Hope you change it. Coming up, football. I'll talk about football for a little bit for those of you who want it. This is Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. I take like 8 of them every day. Daylight savings snuck up on me. I went to a wedding the night before, had a couple of cervezas, and needed a 5 Hour Energy to get me through all the sun thing that's happening outdoors. And whether you're staying up late watching the NCAA tournament, squeezing in a round of golf after work, or trying to keep up with your busy day, 5 Hour Energy gives you the quick, refreshing pick-me-up whenever you need it. I've been staying up late watching the tournament already. 5 Hour Energy keeps me up the next day. With longer days, I love getting outside for a hike or a run. Tropical Burst is now my go-to. Whether I'm at a game or traveling, 5 Hour Energy is the easy grab and go that keeps me refreshed. Head to 5hourenergy.com to find over 15 flavors to choose from, including watermelon, blue raspberry, peach mango. You could even build your own 12-pack or 24-pack delivered right to your door. Need one now? Grab a 5 Hour Energy shot at your local grocery or convenience store. They're everywhere. Stock up today and stay energized with 5 Hour Energy.
The NCAA tournament is here, and so is the Bracket Breakdown.
Locked On Podcast Network and Amazon Fire TV channels are teaming up to deliver NCAA tournament coverage like never before. Watch studio shows featuring former players and Locked On's local experts as they guide you through every upset, buzzer beater, and bracket matchup.
Stream it all for free on Amazon Fire TV channel. Search Bracket Breakdown to see it all for free.
It's your team every day.